Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Today we're going to take on a Shimano Calcutta 400, and this one has a problem in that the spool is spinning backwards, anti-reverse issue, and it's in the anti-reverse clutch. I was able to determine that. I went out and then I was able to purchase a new one. For those of you that may need one, I happened to get it from HPR Bearings. They're in Miami, Florida. They have bearings and they have the Shimano piece here that was needed. So we're going to show you how to take this apart and put that anti-reverse clutch in, and hopefully we're going to solve our issues there. So I'm going to take the side plate off first. This one has a broken stud in this side that we haven't addressed, but he's not interested in a new frame. The reel works fine, and he's living with the one piece attach. So I take the exterior parts off to get at that clutch. I recommend that as you do this, you take some pictures, and I also recommend that if you do a replacement like this, go get the schematic so that you know how these pieces and parts come together and how they should fit, so that you don't run into any problems later on. So I'm going to remove the exterior pieces, and as I do, I want to thank our first responders and essential personnel, everybody that's involved in keeping us safe during the pandemic. For a moment there, we thought we were out of the woods with it, and this Delta variant just keeps knocking us down. So please do your part, listen to the authorities, and if you know a first responder or if you are one, thank you. And if you know one and you're not, please give them the encouragement that they so much deserve. All right, there's a couple of shim washers, about 4 shim washers under the star adjuster. Once you do remove the handle, I take all of those pieces and parts and I put them into a parts tray. It's the bottom of a jug. And now we have 2 screws that are holding on the side plate. We need to get the side plate off in order to replace that bearing. This is a one-way clutch. Sometimes they call it a roller bearing, sometimes they call it a clutch. When you are seeing your descriptions of reels, sometimes they'll give you a description that says something to the effect of 4+1, and the +1 would be that roller clutch. So I'm just cleaning off the ferrule that's going to ride inside the bearing. And now we can replace this. This is, I think somebody asked me a question on this regarding an Abu, whether this was pressed in or not. It's not pressed in. It's a snug fit, but it's not pressed. And if you just see by the way it's sold, if it was pressed in, it would be something of an issue. Notice that there's 2 sides to the bearing. There's a metal cone side and there's a plastic side. And just note how that is on the reel when you're taking it apart. So you can see that there's the shiny metal up top, there's the plastic collar underneath, so that's the way you're going to install. This installs from the back, and it has a series of ridges here that will ride in a series of ridges inside the case. So most of the time you can just push this through with your finger, kind of what I'm doing now, and we can see that that bearing's been in there for quite some time. I know the reel's been heavily fished, and that's probably a good amount of the reason why this is what it is. Now, I'm not going to take that apart. There's no way to take it apart. It's an integral unit, but I'm not going to check to see which one is not holding. That just doesn't do anything for you. You want to clean out the interior cavity. You'll notice the ridges now. You don't need to oil or anything with that cavity. Thank goodness I noticed before I got started here that the new one has a white bottom and the old one has a teal bottom, because if I didn't, I might wind up just putting the wrong one right back in again. So we're going to install this by lining up the ridges with the side plate case. And it just fits in nice. You heard a nice little snap in the end there. That's all that's required with this particular piece to put that back in. And then we're going to go ahead and reassemble. If you had this off, if you were only concerned about that anti-reverse clutch, then you would do what we just did here. If you wanted to continue with the Maintenance on this reel, you would remove the main gear, service the drags, grease up the gear, remove these two springs which belong on the free spool release yoke, and then grease up the pinion gear underneath. Now I've already done that with this reel separate from this. Actually, this reel came back to me because we did the service and the anti-reverse wasn't holding, and I was asked by Joe if I couldn't figure out why that was. Well, we figured it out. It's a bad collar. So I'm just going to go ahead and reinstall now. And while I'm doing that, just a note, if you like these kinds of videos, then please subscribe to my channel. And if you do subscribe, please hit the notification button. That'll let you see what I'm posting. I work on all kinds of reels. In this case, I'm working on a round bait caster from Shimano, but I work on both fresh and saltwater reels, and all the variations in terms of the cases that they make. The conventional reels, the level line reels, bait caster reels like this one, low profile bait caster reels. They all kind of get serviced, and I work and do my best to do a video kind of approach that is a looking over my shoulder in my shop kind of an approach. And if you enjoy that kind of a thing, then subscribing and hitting the notification is the best way to do that. If you have a question on a reel, maybe like this one, why is my anti-reverse not working, for example, then leave that in the comments section. I do try to answer the comments and questions on a regular basis. I want to say, for the best part, I like to do that on a daily basis, and I like to do it kind of over coffee in the morning first thing. So if you leave a question the night before, I do generally try to get to them within 24 hours, and usually it's the next morning, because after that morning, well, I just keep myself busy in the shop and the like, and I don't have the opportunity to go back and answer them at that point. So leave it in the comment section, and I'll try to do my best there. All right, well, I'm just testing it now, make sure everything is working right. Now, of course, the ultimate test is pulling on this string and seeing if we've got that anti-reverse. Tie down the drag. I can't pull it, so that's the problem of the reel. The problem of the reel is that this anti-reverse clutch, as I pretty much had imagined, is not functioning. So we're going to go ahead and put this together. Put that little clip over in case you're watching this video because you have a 400 and you got it disassembled and you're kind of wondering how it goes. These reels have been around a long time. It's one of my favorites. I like it as a round bait casting reel. I have the left-handed 251, which is a narrow spool left-handed version of this reel that I like to fish with. This one has greater capacity, but where I go, I don't need all that capacity, and I trade it off for the smaller spool size. I like cranking from my left hand because if I'm casting it, I can use my right hand to hold the pole, crank with my left, and never have to switch my rod to do that. So that's why I go with that reel. Okay, just one more screw here. Get that tightened down. That screw doesn't seem to be catching. If I take the screw out, I can look and see why. Generally, if you put this line perpendicular with that hole, you will meet the spool. I am off ever so slightly, so we'll just make a minor adjustment there. Put this one back on, and now we can tighten it down. Finally, if you have a reel like Joe needs a repair, well, I repair fishing reels by mail. And if you send me a note, an email to the business card address that's attached, I will be happy to provide you with that repair information. Let's go. It's driving nicely. If you want a little bit more, or a little bit freer play, back off your adjuster. Test for the free spool. That's working fine. Use that free spool to grab a little bit of that line. Again, we want to test for that anti-reverse. So let's get that out of the way. Grab that line. And again, we are locked tight there, so that's it. That was the anti-reverse that was causing the issue. And this video has showed how to to remove that anti-reverse and replace it, and we've given you the source HPR bearings in Miami, Florida, which can provide you with replacement bearings for your Shimano products. So I hope you've enjoyed that video. Please stay safe, stay well, healthy, and please stay watching. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Have a great day.